Hello everybody, this is Bruce with Home Maintenance Solution. I'm back for another week talking to you about home repair and home maintenance. From our first video that we did a couple of weeks ago, we had a couple of questions, so I want to address those. One question was a good one about how do I do replacement windows. So we're actually going to do a whole separate video on that, on how to install a vinyl replacement window. There's a lot of other options too, and we'll talk about those, and we'll give you some details and some how-to advice on that. The second question was from Beth, and Beth, I appreciate your question. It was nice of you to send that, on how can I open my house up if I have more of a divided space. So a lot of houses are set up with walls dividing, like maybe kitchen, dining room, family room space. And she in particular was wanting to know, how can I make that more of an open concept design? A lot of the newer houses are built with that open concept in mind. But if you have an older house, how can you do that? So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we can even do some more practical videos on that subject if you guys are interested. Please comment below if you are. I'd love to hear who's interested in actually seeing a video on how to take a wall out. Maybe if it's a load-bearing wall, or maybe it's not a load-bearing wall. Who's interested in that? You guys out there like to see something like that? And if so, comment below. Also, I'd love for you guys to share this with other folks if you think they would be interested in hearing about removing walls or more of an open concept design. Please share it, because it helps us reach the folks that really need to hear the information that we're sharing. We want to help as many people as we can. So anyway, here's kind of the basics on that. I want to give an overview of that topic. So most houses, and guys, you have to be aware, this is not all houses for sure. There's a lot of complicated designs, custom aspects to homes which don't fit into this model. So don't take this for like that it'll fit every house, but most houses are designed in a rectangle type shape. Sorry about the phone, guys. We are live in our office in St. Louis here, and sometimes the phone rings, so that's a good thing though. But most houses are rectangle type shape, and it's a general rectangle. They might have like pieces attached on the end. Maybe the garage is turned this way. Maybe they have a room in the back, but you got a basic rectangle. Okay, so most of the time, the way those houses are built is that they have front to back either trusses or a load-bearing axis. So imagine, and you need to confirm this, obviously, guys. Last thing I want to do is give you carte blanche, just approval to take out any wall you want. So don't do this. You need to have it confirmed if you're not sure. But I'm just trying to give you some tips to get started. Where do I check? How do I even know if I can take this wall out? But in most cases, the walls that run front to back in your house are not load-bearing, because the axis is going front to back for the load-bearing structure of the roof above. Or even if it's a two-story, the second floor above. So usually the way it works is the front and back walls carry the load, obviously. And then oftentimes the middle carries the load too. If you have a ranch house with trusses going front to back, you may not have that center load-bearing piece. But many trusses are manufactured to specs to depend on that load-bearing wall in the middle. So even if you have trusses, you still might need that load-bearing wall in the middle. But my point is that a lot of the walls that are dividing going this direction simply don't carry any load at all. Now again, if you wanted to confirm that, here's the way I would do it. I would get up in the attic, I would find that wall. And you can do that by poking up a little nail or pushing through a wire or something. You want to actually find where that spot is. Have somebody down below, up and down like this with a wire or a stick or something, and you're up there. I got it. I found the spot. Push away all your insulation. Look at that. I got that wall plate right there. Okay, and you can see that wall plate's running. If it's running right between the trusses, it may have some blocking across the trusses to help support that wall, but that's not load bearing. It just helps connecting that wall to something at the top while they're building it. So if you have those kinds of situations, those walls are not load bearing in most cases. So you can start by saying, all right, if I eliminated that wall, that would be an easier one to eliminate. We know that. So that'd be a good place for me to pursue my plan. Now, if you feel like you're not comfortable making that decision, please bring in some help to do that. And if you're in our area, I would be glad to even come out and help you make that decision. You can always call our office, 636-332-0343. 636-332-0343. A lot of threes there, but I hope that helps you remember it and not make it harder. Anyway, if you're out of our area, find somebody that you can bring in and say, hey, I heard that most of these walls going front to back are load bearing. This one looks like it's not. Can you help me confirm that? So we want to be safe. Okay, the second thing you want to remember is taking out walls. The things that makes it really complicated is mechanicals in that wall. Okay, if that wall has nothing in it, you just take the drywall off, take the studs out, you patch the wall, or patch the ceiling, patch the floor, and you're good. But most walls have mechanicals in there. Okay, so there's two things to think about that you'll most commonly find is plumbing and electrical going up and down. So you might have a plumbing vent stack going up through there. If you have a ranch house going into the attic, if you have a two-story house, you might have plumbing pipes going up there. You might have electrical wires going up to a second floor. You might have electrical wires going across the bottom that are feeding plugs across the bottom. And that's pretty easy to deal with, but think about that as well. You can't just cut a wire and expect to attach it to something. That wire is feeding from this wall over here, and then it goes across the wall you want to take out. Then it connects over here, and it feeds about 10 outlets or some lights over that way. So we have to figure out how we're going to connect the wiring from there to there. Or maybe there's a switch here. Is that switch a three-way switch going somewhere else? It probably has a couple of wires going out. Or is that switch just a single pole switch that goes to one light? In that case, it's a little easier. So those are things to think about when you're doing that. The second thing is HVAC, ductwork. That's one of the biggest killers. So sometimes you'll have vents going up to a second floor that are feeding air supply up there. Those are the hardest to deal with because it's hard to reroute ductwork and get good flow. If you start making those turns, moving it somewhere else and bringing it back around, you really get reduced flow. There's some booster fans you can put in ductwork if you want to try that. They're a little bit loud, and sometimes they don't work as well as you would hope, but there's not a lot of good solutions for that. The second thing you could run into is cold air return going up to a second floor. In a ranch house, you wouldn't have that, or you wouldn't have the ductwork either, probably. But we took out a wall one time, actually for my in-laws, and we had cold air return going up through that wall. So what we did is we built kind of an architectural box on the wall that we're keeping. We took out this wall, we left this back wall, we built a little box out here, and we trimmed it a little bit, and it looks nice. But that box basically carries air from the return air, and then it goes back across, and it connects to the space that would have been a straight connection if we would have had that wall in there still. And that worked pretty well. You can tell, by the way, one tip for you, if you're wondering if a cold air return is actually working well enough to do a good job, take a piece of paper, just any kind of paper, like just a regular blank piece of paper, and you can stick it up on the cold air return. I don't even know if this is in the video. Is this in the video? Can we see that? See how that paper just stays there? That's because the cold air is working. The suction is good. See, that means you're getting a good amount of suction through your return air. So those are good ways to test that. So there's just a few things for you if you're looking to open up your space, and you're kind of a do-it-yourselfer, but you're not sure which direction to go. I hope that helps you guys if you're thinking of an open concept. Now remember, share this with other folks, because if only you guys just see it, then I don't know. Is that going to help? Am I going to help anybody? I want to help some more people. So share it out there so that we can find some more folks that we can help with this. Again, I really appreciate you all. It's going to be fun doing these videos. I'm looking forward to it, and you're a great audience. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. And remember, it's a good thing to do maintenance and take care of your house. Don't begrudge it.